So I loved how like they still involved Lex Luthor somehow, but they didn't even actually show the character of Lex Luthor. Batman was just asked Alfred like, "Oh, Lex Luthor had this box when he drew this when he was in prison." I'm like, you didn't even show him his scene or nothing.
They're all like, they found a way to turn almost all the characters into like plot devices almost, to where they're just there to make the story go along rather than being the story themselves. Like, oh, we're watching a story of Flash, rather than Flash, coming up with an idea to make the plot go forward. That seemed a lot like what was going on. They're using main characters to make the story go along. Almost like Lois Lane in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Where she's like, she'll do something that'll make the plot move forward. Like she'll stop Batman from killing Superman. Like, oh, it's his mother.
What? Your mom's name the same?
And then it progresses
Martha.
the story. And she takes the kryptonite spear and throws it underwater.
Yeah.
Which ends up becoming part of the plot. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Like, you could have just gave it back to Batman. He could, lace it in lead or something, put it away.
Yeah.
Just in case an evil guy from Krypton came about.
But they just wanted to put her extra airtime, like, oh, you go back there and swim while we fight off this monster. Like,
yeah.
It was like, really?
He did that so he can go and save her, so he can get the spear,
yeah.
So he can kill Doomsday.
So he can dramatically kill him, yeah. That didn't fucking have to happen. But yeah, like in this movie, I saw how...
Let's start at the beginning.
Oh, the beginning? Alright.
Which would be, I guess you could start with like the cell phone footage. Did you see the CGI upper lip thing going on with Superman?
No, what?
Like I think it's like a kid on a cell phone, and they have a video of Superman.
Oh, and they cut him off right at the end. I think he was gonna say like the people, like what makes you like this planet or something.
Did you look at his upper lip though? Did you
No.
see that? You didn't see it? Notice that?
No.
Oh, it was bad,
my god!
Man.
I thought he was gonna say something. It looked like he was about to say. He like started a sentence and then just got cut off.
He had a mustache, but they CGI'd it out.
Oh fuck! He told me about that.
Like his face looked fake, like up here, like, badly fake.
I thought it was just because of the quality of that phone for the video there they had.
They probably went with that too on purpose. Like, let's use cell phone footage.
Should we like explain how horrible the CGI was right off the bat, or should we wait?
Yeah, just go in, man.
Sure. So like, I don't mind the CGI with Superman. Like they really brought out his full potential in battle. Like you actually get to see how strong and how fast he can, and how he can rotate and everything in great manner. But when it came to the final villain or like the bug guys or like all the villains, first off are CGI.
Yeah.
So that makes Batman's fight scenes, action scenes, all fucked up. Like, cause he's the one superhero that actually has to make contact like a regular human. So you're already fucking shit up.
Actually,
CGI there.
Let's do it this way. Let's go with. We'll just make it into like two parts. We'll go with the good, and our second part will be the bad. So let's just go with what did you like about the movie?
Alright, what did I like about the movie? I like how they actually showed like each of their individual powers pretty well. The Flash, that was really cool how they got to see the lightning sparks for him to get his speed. I liked how they were realistic with Superman and Wonder Woman. Like they made Wonder Woman.
You mean like their power, or?
Yeah, the power.
Yeah.
I mean, was realistic compared to. Well, for Superman, some of the other movies, he wasn't as dynamic, but. I want to complain about Wonder Woman, but like I guess I have to save that for the second part.
Yeah, save it.
Alright.
I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more negatives than positives, but...
Yeah, you can already tell I'm hesitating. Fuck. this is terrible because like I enjoyed it, but like it was so hard to pick apart good stuff. Like I'm a big Superman fan, but like I'm trying not to be prejudiced. Just focus on the good things about what I liked about the Superman scenes. But I don't know. I felt like. Did you have anything you liked about the movie? Like, what were your
Yeah.
main things you liked? Like,
There were some like warm fuzzy parts. I was like, oh, this is cool. I like this. Like they had some sense of being a team, which I liked.
oh yeah, that's true. Like, if we're talking about like how Marvel had a team, like at certain
Yeah.
parts, it looked like they worked together.
Yeah, they were going for that. Basically, they're going for the Avengers type thing. So I consider that a positive. Granted, a lot of stuff was missing with that, but
Yeah.
I consider that positive.
Well, the only one that really knew about all their powers was Batman. I mean, like
Yeah.
he had all the technology and research on all the heroes like Cyborg, Flash, Wonder Woman, but
Yeah.
Wonder Woman didn't really know what Aquaman's powers were. So like when they battled together,
Yeah.
it was a little odd that the choreography was actually okay. Like they didn't
Yeah.
clash or get in each other's way.
Yeah.
Cyborg's just like, anything you could do, Batman, I can do it better. I can make your crawling Batman thing like twice as powerful. I can drive this, make this go twice as fast. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but why are we making this a boost Batman? Like, come up with your own shit, Cyborg. Like,
Alright,
really?
those sound like negatives.
Oh,
Keep
sorry.
going positive.
Fuck. Alright, well, Cyborg's blast was cool, and he did say booyah, like the cartoon,
Yeah,
Teen
yeah.
Titans. But they waited till the end of the movie for him to say it, but he did say it. So I'm okay with that.
I think they had to for fan service.
If they were smart, they would have, once he started, like, battling, like, I don't know if you saw, like, the newer Power Ranger movies or old, like,
I
They
saw it knowing.
okay, so, like, you know how, like, energetic those actors were, like,
Yeah.
to play the suit and finally get the powers for the first time?
Yeah.
That's what I think Cyborg should have been. He should have been, like, this, you know, he was all dark and, like, upset because his body's like this, and he blames his dad because he had an operation, but once he starts in battle and saving the world, he should have been like, booyah, fucker, like, you know, he should have just had, I feel like, this kind of change, like, he's just like, I have service, like,
Yeah.
I can do this shit that I wasn't able to do before. So, trying to stay positive, I was about to go negative there, but yes,
I can understand that. With Cyborg.
right. So I didn't hate Cyborg's character. I thought he was okay. I thought he could have been a little better, but we didn't really need to know his side story too much. They're gonna make a movie about him probably, but
Yeah, he's already scheduled for a movie.
But I think Aquaman's first, and I think that's more deserving. Oh, okay. This is what I can say. All right. So, what I did like about Aquaman was I really liked that the underwater scene where they can't talk and communicate unless they're inside their own power.
Mhm.
So like anybody that goes underwater, like Superman or the villain, they can't talk underwater.
Yeah.
Even if they clash, unless Aquaman or one of those people that have those powers gets you inside one of their own bubble and then they can communicate. I thought that was cool.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
I think they might change that. I think they might go with like some sonar type thing.
That's honestly what
That
I
was
was
like-
expecting.
Because like, how does he, talk to fish or whatever the fuck? He's not using the English language, so
Right.
I would assume all the Atlanteans can do that shit.
That's what I was expecting going into this movie. When
Yeah.
when he was going underwater, I thought we were gonna see some kind of glance or some kind of scene where using sonar to talk to some fish nearby to like talk to the palace
Yeah.
or like when Batman says, "I know you I know you talk to fish." Like he was being all awkward, but he was just like, "You are part of the sea, so can you talk to the fish?" Like I thought we were gonna get at least a little glimpse of his sonar, but I don't think the creators or the new director really knew he was going at with that. So I
Yeah.
guess they're gonna figure that out before the next movie, the Aquaman movie.
Yeah.
Let's see, good parts. What I liked about the movie.
I liked Wonder Woman.
You
But
didn't.
But she's been like solid through all the movies, I think.
Yeah, I think her character's been.
It's stable.
That's what I was. Yeah, exactly. Like it's not going from one extreme to the another. It's believable.
Yeah.
Based off what we've seen in the past from June Carter's Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter. Yeah.
Sorry. Linda Carter. June Carter. Isn't there? I think there's other June Carter. Anyway, but I think she was screaming a little too much at times for her power attacks, but for the most part, not bad. The graphics were good in her attacks. I would have hoped that she fared a little better against the villain, but whatever. I couldn't believe.
She held her own, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
But that's after like Superman and Aquaman and Cyborg knocked him down, and
even before Superman, she sort of held her own,
sort of. But then, like when Superman
it wasn't enough to beat him, but it was enough to like hold him off, or to some degree. And they sort of had to set it up that they needed Superman. Like,
yeah, but I think it was a little OP how much Superman destroyed the Justice League members.
Yeah.
They couldn't even put up a fight. He was just blocking everything. Like I feel like if Superman wanted to be mean, he could have just fucking made Aquaman's like spear just like crack in half, or like uses his super vision, like the heat laser. He could have done some crazy shit. But
they got work in that area. But I like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I don't have any complaints about Wonder Woman except that she was screaming a little too much when she was going for an attack. Like it was like almost every attack. Like I don't know if you've watched like TV shows, like animes, like Dragon Ball Z or something, where it gets really repetitive and annoying when you shout out the name of the attack, or you have to make like over a very loud vocal noise to attack. Like. I thought she could have just, kind of slash, whatever, ta-ya, or something, instead of like, to get the gold explosion thing. Yeah. She used the gold explosion thing, I think, I want to say a handful, at least a half a dozen, like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
So, like, out of 5 or 6 of those times, they could have been like 2 or 3 where it just like just a little, like, not like, like every time she uses it, so, I don't know. But
I think they're putting something familiar in. She has like, I would say the only successful DC
original movie
in the latest version of DC movies.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone recognizes her attacks and shit like that.
Right.
So.
Oh, that's what we can add. The lasso of truth. She used it like in very good ways in this movie. I was very happy with her usage because in the last movie. Even in her original movie, though, the Solo, and the just Batman vs. Superman, she barely used it. She used it like maybe once in each movie.
Yeah.
So I was very happy that she made Aquaman fucking tell his true stuff about him deep down. And
yeah, that was actually hilarious.
I was like, wow, Aquaman's really this open? And then I saw the rope, I'm like, holy shit, that was creative. I like that. I'll give that...
That had to be Joss Whedon.
That's what I was about to say. It had to be the new director, because like in the latest one of the latest Marvel movies, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you see that movie?
Saw the second one.
Yeah, the second one. That's what I'm talking about. So like, remember the character with the weird antennas that just like she's like, I can tell what you're feeling just by touching you, and like the big guy was like. She just gave away your deepest, darkest secret. He's like, do me. Like, that's what it seemed like to me when she did that, so.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. You can definitely tell the difference between these two directors. Like.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if.
For a dark theme. A lot of symbolism. And one was going for just, fun. The fun movie.
Yeah, but, like. On a larger picture, I don't know if that makes a good movie. If there's too much dark on one side and too much light on the other side, I feel like there's not enough balance. Like, where is the climax? Like Like they
They
went
weren't-
from one extreme to another extreme, and then they wanted it into movie, but like there was no mix in the middle. It was very strange. So that's why, like I was curious to see what this direction of the movie was going to be with the two directors, because I thought maybe they were going to keep it a dark all the way through the movie and just a little bit of light.
I think they wanted to send a signal to the fans that we're going this direction now. So they just made it obvious that there were cuts and shit in the movie.
Possibly they were afraid of starting the movie off like an Avengers movie. They're afraid of something completely different for the fans because they were used to the last few movies
I don't
being
think
dark.
so.
No?
I think Joss Whedon didn't have so much time to really make a brand new movie. He had to use what he had and just add scenes in here and there. And then they wanted so bad to move in a different direction that they just, sort of plotted scenes and scattered them throughout the movie to show people that we're going this way now.
Yeah.
The dark gritty stuff is done with. We're going this way.
I thought Wonder Woman was great, like when she would like be talking about her past to Cyborg and try to get him on board, and like when she's having her conversation with Batman about the members, or like even when Batman like really pissed her off, she actually showed emotion, like she was about to kill him. Like
she has a story to use. That's why I liked her. She has the Steve Trevor thing that the movie can refer to, and it actually means something because we had a whole movie about the two of them.
Right.
It's not just like they refer to something and no one knows what it means.
I feel like Batman's annoyed though that or should I say Bruce Wayne? No, I'll just go with Batman. I feel like he was annoyed when he was talking with her one-on-one after the fights, and she kept bringing him up. I was like, he is the hope. Like he started the hope. Like she said that like 2 or 3 times, and he was like, I know he would have been out of character, but I'm pretty sure like Ben Affleck was like, shut the fuck up about this guy, would you? Like, I'm here. What about me? Like, there's a character like in movies or cartoons. It's like, I am the hype. I'm right here. Why don't we talk about me? Like that's the Batman like I'm used to. Like what was the one in the Dark Knight with Christian Bale? Like his Batman would have been like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? I'm right here. Like, like that old Italian mob, like shit. Like his Bruce Wayne wouldn't have taken that. He would have been like, really? But like Ben Affleck.
I don't know. I don't think he would even like cared to even ask about that.
All right. I'm gonna go on. Let me go on a different scale before you answer that. Let's put it this way: Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne is like James Bond. He gets the sleep with women. Ben Affleck's Batman did not sleep
Christian
with
Bale's Batman? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Bruce Wayne?
No, he didn't.
He slept with the chick from the third movie, Bane.
Yeah, but it wasn't like some...
The Bane girl.
Yeah, but it wasn't like some... Oh, I'm
GQ.
a billionaire, come date me. I can just date anyone because I'm a billionaire. It was more like... Oh, they found feelings for each other.
Well, James Bond wasn't filthy rich. He was just like in missions, and then you would just be in
Well,
these scenarios with hot women.
James Bond is more of a womanizer.
Okay.
Batman is more of a, the Christian Bale Batman is more of a fall in love type, where he has to actually care for the person.
All right, like the Rachel or
Like even the first movie where he has like the 2 models and he brings them to like that dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
He wasn't really like sleeping with them. He had to have a cover. Like, yeah, I'm a billionaire playboy. I'm not really, I'm not Batman. Don't look over here. I'm just a billionaire playboy.
Well, he was in bed with a couple different women in a couple different movies, but like it didn't really show like.
He wasn't. In what one?
Yeah, he was.
In The Dark Knight.
No, in the third one.
The third one?
Yeah, when he was getting a little darker, like background.
What do you mean? Nah. Right? He was only with Talia, right?
No, they showed a scene. I'm pretty sure they showed a scene with him sleeping around with somebody else earlier, but he didn't really.
In The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah, the third one.
No.
The third one, he just told him to get out. He wasn't interested, and then he was very intrigued by the chick that turned out to be betrayed him. And then like he
Those
fell
are,
in love with
maids.
her or whatever.
Are you talking about Catwoman? There's only 2 love interests in The Dark Knight Rises. It was
You don't think he loved that Raul girl that betrayed him?
no, he
I
had
thought was very
feelings for
interested in
her. He had feelings for her as Bruce Wayne,
Yeah,
not as Batman.
Batman like Catwoman, like
Yeah.
the chick.
Yeah,
That was really interesting.
those are only two love interests. I'm sure.
Well, what about in the first movie with Rachel? I thought he was into her.
Yeah, that was like his childhood love.
Yeah, so that's 3 then.
Yeah, one died, one turned out to be an enemy, and one was.
You said 2. Whatever. It doesn't matter. All right, we're getting
no,
off topic here.
Either way, it's not like a womanizing move. It's the girl you love.
Okay, well,
she died.
let me rephrase that. It's not James Bond Batman. Sorry. I'm just saying Christian Bale's Batman or Bruce Wayne would have been took a different than Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne.
You wouldn't have, you would have said this is petty. Why are we arguing about this?
Right, and I would have
some
loved
guy
that.
trying to destroy the world. Let's go deal with that.
Exactly, that's what I would have loved it. Not like
Or he just would have went by himself.
That's why I think Christian Bale was Bruce Wayne was so much better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's confusing because the last Batman movie, it wasn't a solo. That was Superman and Batman, and Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, and that was okay. I thought it was okay, but this Bruce Wayne in this movie, I did not like. I was not a fan of. And oh wait, we're talking about positives. Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's alright.
All right, let's see. Anything else positive we can think about? Wasn't really a fan of Lois Lane, were you?
She wasn't really like in the movie like that to where I'm caring so much about her character.
Yeah, not enough.
I guess I like the
Did you like the
return
villain?
huh?
Did you like the villain?
No. But I like what they were trying to do with him.
Was that the villain that was the big bulky guy with the hammer in the animated series? Was he supposed to be that guy?
Steppenwolf?
Yeah. I thought
I
he
don't
was.
know. I
I
don't
thought
remember him
he
from the
looked
animated
different in the animated series.
Oh well, Aquaman used to have blonde hair and like orange and green and shit.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Looks aren't gonna, you know. But I like their attempts at some symbolism. I'm guessing Zack Snyder was doing that. They did like sort of, you know, bring Superman. Maybe that was Joss Whedon, but they're like bringing Superman back by like baptizing him basically.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like, a baptism.
Put him back in the water.
Yeah.
Dunk him. He needs some lightning.
Also the parademons, they follow fear.
Yeah.
Like, that's another good symbol right there. The story's just all jumbled up and didn't help any of the symbolism they had going for it.
But I don't understand why it would attack the main guy just because he was a little afraid of the enemy. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like,
They sense fear, right?
But at the start of the movie, Batman's like, that's fear or something. Like when he like baited the demon out by almost killing a human. Remember the first demon?
Yeah.
He said something about fear.
Yeah.
He sent. So they sensed it's the guy's fear from almost dying. I think he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they like feed off or attack fear, something like that. And
But
I like that idea, but they just didn't follow through with it. It's just like a way to kill Steppenwolf or whatever, beat him up or whatever.
But yeah, like they didn't really explain like who those demons work for. Because like he kept mentioning mother this, mother that, and that I know what he's talking about because I remember that from the show, like who Mother is. But like I don't know if they worked for Mother or they worked for the Steppenwolf guy, you know, or they just worked on their own based off fear.
Mother was the mother boxes, I believe, in the movie.
But there's a Mother character on a different planet in the animated series that has the main bad guy, the main guy from Superman, Darkseid. Darkseid had this weird looking. You remember the Little Mermaid, the octopus?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that, like in the animated series, like that face. But she's like big and buff, like really strong. But like they called her Mother.
Okay, maybe.
So I that could be Mother, or they could have called the boxes Mother. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, what I heard is that Steppenwolf's the like general for Darkseid. Like,
Yeah, that's based off the animated.
he just does his bidding or whatever.
Well,
So,
in the animated series, Steppenwolf is his adopted son or something. Darkseid.
alright.
And then he has this girlfriend that just like, I don't even know if they're dating, but like she basically does whatever he wants. Like about she won't question anything he says, and they call her mother. So I don't know if that's what they're getting at, but that would interest me a little bit. All right.
Yeah.
So there was a couple symbolisms.
Their attempts at him, I consider
Attempts.
a positive.
Let's see.
I do like the sunshiny Batman or Superman.
Yeah,
But-
please, not Batman. No.
And I think they did a little too much in order to make sure that everyone knows that we're going this direction. But
Yeah, that's so funny because we actually were talking about that the last podcast about like,
Yeah.
well, I don't think I was in that one, but we definitely talked about how Superman was all very like dark and like, oh, he's like God, he's like a God figure, and there's no light side to him, no humor or whatever,
Yeah.
could open up, and now they overdid it. But whatever.
I mean, once again, I think it's just a signal to fans that we're going this direction.
Yeah, but now they established that he does have that side.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Any other positives?
Oh, I guess we have to give a shout out to the Amazons. I thought that was probably one of the best action scenes of the movie. Like as
Like
far
that.
as graphics and
That
in
beginning
storyline.
part?
Yeah. Where they're like all throwing the box to each other or trying to protect each other, and
Yeah.
they showed unity like that. I can understand the choreography of that, like how they work together to like, all right, close the wall, and like they let the queen escape, and like they're very skilled on the horse or like shooting an arrow to like do
Yeah.
some crazy shit like that. Like that was very believable. That was mystic. That was very like, like the gods. Like, oh, that's another thing. Before I forget, like, I probably should. Before I actually get off topic. All right, so yeah, I thought the Queen. They showed the Queen did a really good job, like based off the last movie of Wonder Woman. Like she kept her role. She was good. Obviously there's no other first in command. Her sister is dead from the last movie, so now there's all the other Amazons. All I can do is like kind of add them up. Like there was none that really stood out, but I thought they did a good job at like we're the sisterhood. We protect the queen, and we do our job guarding this box. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, the last good thing I'm gonna say is the flashback when you see Zeus. You see fucking
Yeah.
Zeus
Yeah.
throwing his thunderbolts with people like Aquaman, with people like Green Lantern. You saw Green Lantern. You told me about that before.
Yeah.
There was a glimpse of you see a Green Lantern from back in the day.
Yeah.
And I liked it that I don't remember in the storyline that in like comics or animated about where the boxes were given to the one Amazon, Aqua people, and
Or-
humans.
You say why they were, or
I don't remember that part. Like each civilized got a box. I don't remember that, but I thought that was unique. I liked it.
yeah. I mean, like I said, they have like decent ideas going. This story just got so jumbled up because they're trying to cut and paste where they can, and it ends up like making the story look bad. But they have ideas there that could go somewhere in the future, possibly.
All right, so that's it for the good parts. Cool.
I would say so. Let
Should
me
we-
think first. Let me think.
All right. Did you like Batman's new gadgets or new flying vehicle?
Personally, I don't give a shit about that.
I didn't. Well, I guess we'll have to say that for the part that I didn't like. I wasn't a fan. Okay, we talked about the villains. Talked about the good people. Oh, what did you think of What's the inspector guy for Batman?
Gordon?
Gordon. What did you think of the new Gordon? Was he
He
okay?
didn't really get enough to put like a judgment on him, really. And I'm assuming he was cut in the movie, or a lot of his scenes were downsized.
I will say a good part about the Dark Knight trilogy, a character in this Justice League movie that didn't do its lead up to it. It was Alfred. Like, even my mom, when she saw the movie, how the fuck did I get up? Anyway, my mom's like, "That's not Alfred." And I'm just like, "This is perfect. I'm gonna talk about this in the podcast." Like the Dark Knight trilogy. Michael Caine, you just killed it. You killed it as Alfred, and that will always be Alfred.
Yeah.
So then, like this, Alfred just, I'm sorry, they did okay, but it's just pales in comparison. But even my mom said it best. That's not Alfred. She asked me like 2 times, "Who is that?"
That Alfred had like a fatherly figure feel to him. This one's just like a tech guy that no strategy and shit.
It's like almost like Batman has all these different suits over time and different Robins. It was almost like watching this Alfred. It was like in the '90s Batman Alfreds. It's like he can just summon up another Alfred, just like he can summon up another Robin. That's what it kind of felt like. So yeah. So that's my shout out to the Dark Knight. Yeah.
Alright, let's go to the negatives.
All right. Fun.